What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Rated G podcast. I'm your host, G. Those of you who are new here, welcome to the show. Here on the podcast, I like to have honest discussions and conversations with other fellow artists and creatives. And while we are chatting it up, I like to help promote their art and their craft, especially if they are running a business. And when I don't have guests on, I just sit here and share honest opinions on certain articles or just events happening around the world, or specifically here in the US. So if you enjoy this type of content, you enjoy this episode, please by all means hit that follow or subscribe button. If you're listening or watching on YouTube, ring that notification bell. That way you can keep up with the new uploads. And please, if you have any comments, critiques, questions, whatever comes to mind, please share your thoughts in the comment section, because I love interacting with you guys. I don't do it often, but the last episode I had someone comment like a handful of times. It was just nice to get some acknowledgement. So yeah, don't be shy in the comment section, even if whatever, I'll take hate comments. But yeah, and of course share it with your friends, especially if you have people in your life that are artists and creatives, and perhaps they would like to be on a platform to talk about their art and or business. All right. So yeah, and if you want to keep up with me on social media, my Instagram link is in the description below, as well as my main website and online store. Now, let's see. We got a few things to talk about, as always. But something I noticed, because I'm still watching the YouTube reaction videos on the 1986 Transformers movie. And hopefully I'm gonna get out of that sort of rabbit hole. But there was something I like realized. The YouTube ads are getting longer. Like, what the hell? What's going on, YouTube? Like, I feel like I've have noticed it a while back. But it wasn't until just recently that yeah, I like really looked at the timer on the ads. Because when I'm working, right, when I'm drawing or painting or whatever at my studio desk, I'll be watching podcasts or long form interviews, or just like whatever. And so when the ads come up, naturally, subconsciously, I'm just like, all right, skip. I wait for that skip button to pop up. But it wasn't until what, like yesterday or the day before, that I was like, wait, the next button? Like, what the fuck? And I looked at the actual timer. I'm like, yo, some of like these ads are like 40 seconds long. Like, what the hell? And it's just, they're so long to the point that now you get the next button that pops up, and you just keep hitting next until you get that skip button. I'm like, damn. We've gotten to this point now with the ads. It's crazy. And actually, what really was a shocker to me, and I was what was I watching? Or not watching, but I was listening to something when I was in the shower, and an ad popped up, and I'm like, all right, whatever. This might be like 20 seconds or like whatever. But this ad started playing, and it seemed like it was it sounded like it was advertising a show, because it was like something about, it's like this story about this kid who became a supervillain because he was being bullied by like classmates. Like this is like, like I don't know if it was like a school for, kind of like it's like X-Men really. Like it was like this school for kids that have abilities, and there's one kid didn't have any powers, or they didn't spring up yet. And so these other kids are picking on him for not having abilities, and then whatever, time goes on, he starts developing stuff, whatever. But this is going on, and I'm taking a shower, and I'm like, all right, fucking, when is this gonna end? Right? Because usually, right, typically once the ads, like if you don't hit the skip button to go back to the original video you're watching, sometimes they'll just automatically go back to the video. And so when I realized, I'm like, once a significant amount of time has passed, I'm talking minutes, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I opened the shower curtain and grabbed my phone, and I saw the thing was like 15 fucking minutes. I'm like, yo, a 15-minute ad? Seriously? Or you're practically playing a new show, right? Like one episode of a show typically is like what, 23 to 25 minutes, right? I mean, so dude, what is going on here? So yeah, it's just like, what the hell? And I every like I hear, here and there, I'll hear people talking about, or just complaining about the amount of ads that are popping up while you're streaming, especially on streaming services. And yeah, like it's just, what the fuck? And I wonder, because streaming these days is like, it's going through some shit, right? Like other like streaming services are being bought by other companies and whatever. So like, I don't know. Like, is I'm not gonna say is this gonna be the end of streaming, but like, are we? It seems like I hear whispers of, like I just found out what Roku was. Like I guess Roku is a TV. I might be wrong. So if you're listening, please correct me on that. But I don't know. It almost feels like they're kind of going back to like the television days. I mean, maybe not cable per se, but it looks like it's almost going back to the old days, just minus the actual cable service. It's probably still going to be like, because I think that's what Roku is. If I'm correct about that, like I think it's basically like television, but you hook it up to the internet, and then you can just watch. I guess depending on, like, I don't know, Roku is the streaming app, or if it's like an internet TV, like whatever. I don't fucking know. But like it just seems like Roku television or TV or whatever, like it's like, yeah, it is what it is, and you just kind of hook it up to the internet and you can just stream whatever is available. But yeah, ads are getting pretty outrageous. So I'm curious to see where we're gonna go as far as like streaming wise, because this, you know, naturally, when this new phenomenon happens, everyone just puts their whole bank account on that shit. They just bet everything. They bet the house on that shit. And unfortunately, some people lose lots of money. So I'm just, yeah, I'm very curious to see what this is going to lead to. And also, yeah, please comment if like you know what I'm talking about, because I did a little bit of digging just to see, like, especially about that freaking 15-minute ad about this superhero show, quote unquote. Because and so I did a little bit of digging to see, like, is this like an actual show, or is this just some fucking weird ad? I haven't seen uh I haven't like seen anything about that specific thing, like except for one link that was leading to TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so I couldn't really watch it. But there's two like storylines that are very the same. So one is uh a boy becomes super villain due to bullying, and then there's another one where it's like boy becomes a super villain vampire because of bullying. I'm like, what the, is this the same story? Like when I look at the description, like the main characters' names were different. So I'm like, what is this? Is this gonna be like a new trend or some shit? But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I'm like, this is crazy. Um, Also, real quick, this is most likely going to be out after Labor Day. So for those who celebrated, I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I hope it was a safe celebration, nothing crazy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed uh your 1 day off, your 3 day weekend. All right, moving on to some more controversy here. Mainly about DEI, because apparently DEI is getting rebranded. Um, and I do have uh, I thought I had some yeah, I do screenshots of uh generally what's happening with that. Let me just pull it up. Um, but while I'm doing that, uh, I do want to say, like, I'll share the bottom line right now. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. DEI is bullshit. Just like wokeism, they're gonna end these like companies, businesses, studios, they're gonna fucking keep losing money if they keep enforcing this whole DEI woke bullshit. All right. We keep seeing it with Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, uh, Bud Light, uh, Home Depot, I think, like going through some shit. Lowe's, what else? The Harley Davidson, I believe. Like these companies that decide to go the DEI route or the woke route, they end up losing shit ton of money and then backtracking to like, all right, let's just cater to our, you know, original demographic, you know. So anyway, I got the photos here. um or at least I had it just now, but okay. So uh now I did use Google. And according to their but AI overview, uh, it says diversity. Okay, yeah, diversity, equity, inclusion has been rebranded in a number of ways, including the acronym change. Some companies have dropped the acronym DEI entirely or replaced it with other acronyms like IED or DNI. For example, the Human Resources Association, SHRM, changed the name of its annual DEI conference to Inclusion 2023. And some consultants have rebranded their services as quote unquote leadership and inclusion, broader concepts. Some companies have replaced DEI with broader concepts like talent or inclusive culture. For example, Starbucks has adjusted its representation goals with quote unquote talent performance. And Molson Coors has replaced DEI with people and planet. What? I don't know who or what Molson Coors is. Uh, Eli Lilly has also removed DEI from its annual proxy statement while still emphasizing workforce diversity. Allyship programs. Some companies have started allyship programs that focus on skills like empathy, vulnerability, and conflict resolution to help people be better allies. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, like since uh, is like all right, I probably sounds fucking ignorant as fuck right now, but is empathy and vulnerability is is that really is that really considered a skill? Like conflict resolution, I can see that being a skill set. There are so many people that are really good at conflict resolutions, right? Especially like on the spot, being able to troubleshoot. Uh, of empathy and vulnerability, like what? Um, there was another screen cap that it was kind of like summarizing. Some say that the rebranding of DEI is due to the acronym becoming a controversial term and that it has accrued cultural and political baggage. Others say that the rebranding is a concession to political correctness. Now, see, the problem with that I see right now, for now, as of right now, ding dong. I don't know why I said that. Is that they're gonna overdo it every time, they try to correct something, they fucking overdo it. And that's like this is gonna lead to more chaos before the actual resolution. Um, but yeah, like yeah, of course DEI has become this like controversial term because they're fucking forcing it down our throats. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it just for some odd reason, these like these companies and these people are just like they double down, they triple down, they just like really become the heel and just like yeah, they just keep pushing that shit. It's just like, dude, this is not fucking working. It's not working. You're losing millions of dollars. So I just like it's like interesting that this is that now this sort of movement or whatever is gotten to this point because obviously like I said they're trying to make the world better, society better, but it's not working. And I think just this just adds to the whole phrase, though I hate saying it over and over, but the go woke, go broke. Um, it's just it's like it's clearly evident that because of the results right now, these companies are cleaning house, like just like I was saying earlier. They're backtracking. They're going back to how they were running things when they were successful, and now companies they're just cleaning house of their activist employees, um, and even like canceling future projects. Right, I'm like that one's more pertaining to Hollywood right now. Hollywood is losing so much money because of the constant flops, uh, with their shows and films. Again, do I need to mention Disney? It's like almost back to back to back flops. Except for Marvel's Deadpool and Wolverine, right? That's like the one thing that's like, all right, there's hope. There's hope. But it didn't go along with our sort of guidelines. Like I see people criticizing that movie for like not being gay enough or not being or being like satanic, like it's just satanic. Like what? What the hell? Which is so ironic because you see these especially music performers, right? There's a lot of fucking satanic undertones in terms of their appearances and um like the imagery, like their music, their performances, like all that. Like there's we see it with um oh, what's that Sam person, the non-binary now, but I can't remember the name right now. Um but Taylor Swift is like showing, was it Bad Baby or one of the babies? I don't know, but I'm sure you know what I'm getting at. But yeah, just very interesting that like, you know, and I guarantee like the people that are saying that Deadpool Wolverine has like these satanic, you know, like messaging or whatever, like they're probably the same people that love Taylor Swift and Sam. What's his name? Let me just look it up real quick and just see if it comes up. Sam, nothing. Hold on. Can't remember his name. What's this? What's the singer's name from the UK? Oh no. Sam Smith. Jesus. Okay. So yeah, Sam Smith. What the fuck happened there? Anyway, so yeah, my question here is will this dumpster fire of, and this is really more pertaining to entertainment, right? Like Hollywood, will this dumpster fire of films and shows, will they fall under the category of, like good bad movies, or just like the good bad category, like 20 plus years from now? Because right, there's a lot of movies that have become cult classics because at the time, like it was like, it was yeah, it just wasn't, it didn't hit back when it released, right? But now, we kind of treasure them because of the time period. Like we find like an appreciation and the efforts and the labor and the work into it, depending on the film, of course. Like some of them might just be like, oh, this is just now, it's like just a fun film or show to watch now. Um, but like, I wonder if this is gonna have the same, like if this is gonna happen again with today's film, right? Because just things always repeat themselves, just in different forms. So that's my question: is will this like will they end up, like for example, the Acolyte? Boy, uh, will the Acolyte uh eventually, let's say, let's say 30 years from now, will people start considering that like an okay series because just time has passed and there's maybe worse shit in the future, and they're like, you know what, looking back now, Acolyte's not terrible. I don't know, because that one's fallen real real deep, and they're just so freaking naive, or to really, not naive but stubborn to like accept that like you guys kind of did this to yourselves. You pushed back against your fan base. um you said that this was going to be the gayest Star Wars series ever, and I mean, look, if that's fine, that's fine, but it didn't seem like the that queer community was all in, right? And it seems like whatever the number of viewership that you got, as opposed to what you were like gaslighting, a lot of fake bullshit numbers they were putting out. But it seems like majority of the numbers of the viewership were like probably a small percentage were actual fans. Maybe another percentage are shills, and then the bigger percentage is probably just hate watching, because that just seems to be like the thing now. Like I've noticed it's kind of interesting where like um you could throw shade and bash a project, and it's either going to um you know draw more positive, like more attention, positive, and have positive results, or it's not going to draw any attention because people are like, oh, because I heard this, I'm not gonna even give it a chance. But who knows? So yeah, I can't wait to see what this new rebranding of DEI becomes and how it's going to affect how it's going to affect us moving forward. I really think it's bullshit though. Seriously, like I believe offering opportunity to, you know, diverse people is wonderful. I'm all for it. But if you're gonna hire somebody, you gotta make sure they are legitimately qualified for the job, whether it's acting, whether it's piloting, flying a plane or engineer, like whatever the job title is, as long as that person, that applicant is actually qualified, sure, hire them. If if they are qualifiable, is that a real word? I don't know. But if they do qualify and they happen to be a person of color or or queer or non-binary or trans, hey man, that's awesome. The bottom line is they got to be qualified, right? Shit. Okay, let me digress. Let me get some water here. Okay. Um, oh, before we move on, I just want to point out so far, this is only one take. The last episode took several takes. This episode, one take, baby. Okay. Progress. Um, all right. So I do want to move on to another top, well, not another topic, but a topic in relation to entertainment, of course. Uh I I saw this new show that's coming out on Amazon Prime called Secret Level, and it looks pretty dope. So, for those of you who don't know what Secret Level is, it's basically an anthology series made by the same people who did what was it? Love Love, Death and Robots, right? Love, Death and Robots. I mean, look, pull up I have an article here. Um but yeah, it's an anthology series covering like these video games. Here, let me get this article up and I'm gonna try something new here for those that are watching. If you're listening, keep listening. Or you can head over to YouTube and whatever. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna just read this off. But all right. So yeah. So Secret Level is a list of every game, and it's featured in Amazon's promising. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just kind of like ad-libbing this, but yeah, this is what the show is. It's a list of every game. Um, well, not every game, but it's a list of games that are being featured in the show. So the article here says there were many announcements of Gamescom's opening night live showcase on Tuesday. When was this published exactly? Okay, August 21st. Okay. Um, but there was one that almost everyone agreed looked especially amazing, and it's not even a game. Rather, that's Amazon Prime Video's new secret level anthology series, where each episode tells a story set in a specific game universe. Sorry, including both new titles and some of the most classic series of all time. There was a trailer that blew through them and let players see for themselves what was being featured. But now we do, in fact, have a full list of the games being focused on for the series. uh, and that was the thing too when I was just watching it, not realizing what or who I was seeing in the trailer. I was like, "Oh shit, is that who I think it is?" So the list here, we got Pac-Man, Warhammer 40,000, which we're I got something to talk about with that one. because there's a debacle with that one. Concord, which I think I'm pretty sure that game is not doing very well. Is the let me see something real quick. Okay. I haven't seen it. But I've been hearing a lot of talk about Concord and Dust. I think it's called Dustburn or something like that, which apparently are it's a woke game. And I believe, now don't quote me on this, but there's like words going around saying that they're being funded by the government. And that's fucking sketchy. So then you got Mega Man, which I'm particularly excited about because that was who I saw in the trailer. I saw Mega Man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Is that Mega Man? Oh shit. um, then we got Unreal Tournament, which is awesome. Excited about that. I used to play that. I used to play it when it first came out on PC. Uh, well, when I had a PC. Um, New World Eternum. So that must be a new title there. Armored Core, another classic. Um, Spelunky, don't know Spelunky. Honor of Kings. There's a lot of games here I don't recognize because I have fallen out of video games. Sifu, I've heard of Sifu, heard good things about that one. Why am I saying that word? Dungeons and Dragons. Uh, the Outer Worlds, Crossfire, Exodus, and then it says here PlayStation, in parentheses, which will feature a number of PS games and characters. Um, as you can see, there are a number of these that are new enough where this almost might be a promo campaign for the game in question. Like, okay, so Concord and the Outer Worlds, which will get a sequel down the road. Others are dormant series like Mega Man, and fans are excited to see games like Armored Core featured, as that appears to be starring Keanu Reeves. And that's right. I remember, yeah, when they showed him, I didn't realize it till I rewatched, and I'm like, that kind of he looks familiar, and it was confirmed. If you think this looks like Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix, well, guess what? It is. It's from the creators of that series, who have now taken the concept to a new place. Here's a quote about it from Amazon itself. Before I get to the quote, I do think that's pretty cool. And I mean, I guess this kind of confirms it. They would have mentioned it, but I was wondering at first if these people are also responsible for the Animatrix series, because that was like, kind of like a similar thing. But I guess not. All right, so here in quotes, Secret Level weaves a tapestry of iconic games across multiple mediums to tell a series of unique and captivating stories, said Vernon Sanders, head of television at Amazon MGM Studios. Which, pause, by the way, the captivating stories, they really better be captivating. Like, again, going back to the DEI woke shit, if there's that bullshit in this show, which I doubt it. I mean, they're gonna have some problems. Um, all right, back here to the quotes. Created and led by Tim Miller, Blur Studio, and supervising director Dave Wilson. Each episode will take our global Prime Video customers on a brand new journey with breathtaking animation and imaginative storytelling. Which, yeah, just judging by the trailer, like everything looked pretty awesome. Let's just hope that money doesn't go to waste because of BS. It's certainly an interesting pickup for Amazon, and my gut feeling is that this will end up being received quite well. Granted, like Love, Death, and Robots, there will likely be a good and bad episodes, but when they're good, they're really good. And I think it will help that gamers have direct connection to these series and characters. We do, in fact, have a release date for the show, which will make it out this year on December 10th. That's damn okay. I'm very much looking forward to it. And even without seeing it, I'd love to see another 15, 30 games get this treatment in the future. Uh, that would be dope. And yeah, I can definitely see that being the case. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really intrigued. I just I want to clarify something with or not clarify, but confirm. What's the name of that game? Concord. I just want to see the. I want to confirm the whole shit with Concord. Uh, what do I say? Concord, and I think it's called Dustburn. Maybe. um, controversy. Let's see, because this was just spoken of. So yeah, woke place. All right, so PlayStation boycott. No, Dustborn. Concord and Dustborn fail. DEI makes video games die. Oh, I see what you did there. Um, but yeah, I mean, well, this doesn't say anything about the one accusation I made about being funded. Let me look that up. But yeah, I mean, so these games are already not doing well because of the DEI stuff. So let's see. Concord and Dustborn. I'm just gonna say paid by government and see what pops up. Because okay, so Dustborn exposed as taxpayer scam. One of these YouTube videos. This is published by Yellow Flash 2. I've been seeing a lot of his videos. I mean, I'll admit, like the stuff I've been hearing is from that gentleman's channel. And who else? Clownfish TV. I'm pretty sure I mentioned them in the past as well. And Pop Culture Crisis. They cover this stuff, and I'm gonna admit, man, because like I try to keep up with this stuff. So like these are the channels I do tend to um you know get some information from because these guys are actual journalists. I'm not, but it does feel like I'm kind of going that route with the podcast. Not my intention. Like I said, this is a generally an art and creative podcast, and I mean these things fall under that broad category. Um, but yeah, let me see what the rest of this headline by Yellow Flash says, because oh wait, I saw another article. So in this headline, so is there a way to sue the government for wasting? Oh no, never mind. Wasting our taxpayer dollars. All right, I'm not. So it is, yeah. This game, is it both the games? Government-funded video games include Dustborn and something called Cat Park. Okay, so there's another game. That's okay. So I guess Concord isn't being funded, but Dustborn is, and also this game called Cat Park. Uh, all right, well, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep on that because that will make this whole podcast way longer than I want it to be. But there's so much fuckery going on. And it seems like the government, they're trying to snake their way through, you know, video games, aside, in addition to maybe films, I don't know, but there's all this fuckery with our entertainment, and it seems like it's to sort of, um, I don't want to say groom, but they're really trying to, quote unquote, educate the new generations, I guess, or maybe even brainwash the current generations with this bullshit that they're really trying to push here. But I'm gonna digress. Let's digress. Have another swig of my water. And yeah, going back to secret level because there is a little bit of there's a sort of debacle going on with Amazon, right? So because they have Warhammer 40,000, right? Um, as we know, Henry Cavill, he had been hired to not only act, but to also help produce Warhammer 40,000, the series. And now, and I don't know why this keeps happening to my boy Henry Cavill, but who's well known for being a gamer, right? He's a dork. He is a handsome, built, fine ass dork. Like he loves Warhammer. I don't know about dungeons, but like anyway, he's known to be a dork. Uh and he is also, but because of that, he's the perfect guy to hire for these projects. Like The Witcher was great. He was a fucking fan of the original books, but the assholes, I don't know, I'll just say Netflix, they didn't want to fucking bother with it for whatever reason being. Even the original writer of The Witcher was like, dude, this is like not even the fuck. This wasn't even what I did. Anyway, so for some odd reason, this keeps happening with like devoted fans of a franchise. So yeah, because of um, creative differences between Henry and the suits, I'll just say that might not be the correct term, but because of the creative differences, it almost looks like they are either putting it to a halt or they're actually going to stop the whole uh, project, like the series, because I believe it was supposed to be a live action series, and it's looking like we're not going to get that anymore because of this. Um, and I'm just wondering why this keeps happening. My man cannot catch a break. Seriously. Um, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Fucking Zack Snyder did him dirty. Uh, the people behind The Witcher Netflix series did him dirty, and now it seems like, you know, people with Warhammer 40K are doing him dirty. So I don't know, man. I hope Deadpool is right. If he joins Marvel, they might treat him good. They might treat him right. So let's get a cavalry going, huh? Can we start a petition for that? I I I wouldn't be surprised if fans already started that. But that's the last thing I gotta say in regard to Warhammer 40K and this new series Secret Level, because like I mean they're both under, because I think Warhammer 40K was gonna be released on Amazon Prime. So the fact that Prime is moving forward with Secret Level featuring Warhammer 40K, that kind of seems like a slap in the face. Shit. If you are gonna slap Henry Cavill, slap him in the ass, because I bet that shit is firm, baby. No. I'm sorry, I have a man crush on Henry Cavill. I realized I drew him like several times without realizing. But yeah, really unfortunate for my man. And hopefully he'll find some good people that treat him right. Uh moving on. To unrelated topics. Actually, this is kind of like a health a health update. I've been very vocal about my arthritic and carpal tunnel symptoms. Um, and yeah, it's continuing to develop. So with my right hand, which is where I started developing carpal tunnel, my middle finger developed arthritis. Which really sucks because I definitely have nerve damage in my like middle finger and like ring finger on my right hand. So it's like a double whammy. And last week was just like it was excruciating. And I will say, because on the last episode I said I was having a hard time throughout the week to just get on the mic and record a new podcast. That was part of the reason. I just could not focus. It was just hard for me to focus on anything with my hand. It was just, it kept going numb, and it wasn't just like a numbness. It was like a painful numbness. So, you know, because my health insurance is sort of like I have to confirm whether it's going to get changed or not, but I haven't scheduled any doctor's appointments because yeah, like I gotta see what the situation with my health insurance is. So that way I get some coverage. But just for now, for the time being, I'm approaching things holistically. So of course, making sure my nutrition is clear of um inflammation, making sure I'm continuing to eat anti-inflammatory foods, and I really am cranking down on my dairy intake because that's like a big one. So I'm decreasing my intake of dairy. Um, and I actually started using this topical cream. It's a CBD cream. And according to the clerk, um, it's like a extra strength cream too. But well, I wasn't there. My wife Nicole got it for me while I was out working. But according to the store clerk, like that was recommended for these things. And I mean, I don't want to say it's because I started using the cream specifically, but my hand has been much, much better this week. And I'm also trying to be mindful of the types of exercises I'm doing, being more conscious of the resistance, the weight load, impact, so um, just trying to be careful with my hands. But yeah, and I received a bottle of these turmeric pills because turmeric is known to be really helpful for inflammation. So I'm just like, it really seems like inflammation as of right now is my kryptonite. So, so hopefully, yeah, hopefully, these things w will actually work. Um, and decrease the amount of pain and numbness that I am dealing with. Uh, I've also been sort of, just to be safe, I've been sort of reprogramming my brain to use my left hand more dominantly because I'm ambidextrous. So my right hand is my dominant hand, which, I'm not gonna lie, I was really bumhurt about, you know, the symptoms and just how much it's affected my day to day. So and so being ambidextrous, you know my left hand, like that's what I use to draw, paint, eating. So yeah, it's right, it's weird like that. So yeah, I've been trying to reprogram my brain to use my left hand more. Um, which is like funny because like I kind of I kind of started doing that with like MMA and like boxing training, right? So again, being ambidextrous, like because of my right being a dominant, um, like my fighting stance is conventional. So I, you know, started I don't know when I started doing this, but then I started training myself to be able to strike in a southpaw stance. I took this idea actually from this boxing anime show called Hajime no Ippo. Um, because there was this one character that had like this crazy strong right hand jab. And the main character, his name is Ippo. He's like, man, like this doesn't even feel like a jab. It feels like you know, a straight cross. And they find out that, um, what do you call it? I'm sorry, the boxer he was fighting was southpaw, and his left hand jab was like so powerful. And then they found out that no, wait, am I getting this backwards? No, no, no. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm fucking this up. He was a southpaw fighter, jab with his right. Um, and that's why his jabs were so strong because his right hand is his power shot. So he was using that, normally a conventional fighter, their stronger hand is like their right hand. So they use that for their right cross. And yeah, using that as a jab, like, it's like, oh shit, this feels like a full on swing. But yeah, I kind of stole I stole that from the show, from that character. But yeah, so now in the mornings, for instance, I brush my teeth with my left hand because I saw somewhere that that was one of the things you can do to, I don't know, just to like reprogram your mind, your brain. I don't know if for specifically being able to do things with your left hand, but I think it was just like I forget what the whole purpose of it was, but once I heard that that task would help, you know, um, do that with your brain, I was like, all right, let me do. I'm gonna try it out, and it's starting to feel a little more natural. But I just did the gesture. If you're not watching, it looked like something else. Um, so that's that. And I bring this whole thing up with my unhealthy hands because later this year we got some awesome games coming out. These new well, this kind of sounds like an oxymoron saying, but these new upcoming like retro style video games. Now I went on tangents on my sort of my what's the word I'm looking for? But like like my rekindled love for retro video games and just how unforgiving they are once I started playing them again. But so yeah, just since then I'm all about, 8-bit, 16-bit games, no matter what year they were released. But we got a few new games coming out, which is pretty exciting. And I just hope my hands will be healthy enough and will be durable enough to be able to play these games even at short lengths. Um, but we got later, yeah, these are I don't have the release dates in my notes, but yeah, later this fall and this winter we got the Karate Kid Street Rumble, which is it's basically involving all three of the first three Karate Kid movies. Um, so playable characters, the levels you're playing on, probably all like sceneries from those three movies. Then you got this one I'm really excited about. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. Now, this one really kind of like the title itself sounds like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, but it's Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. I don't know if it's made by the same company, but I'm glad someone's doing it. It looks real fun. Um, and lastly, this company called Retro Realms is releasing these two games, Halloween and Ash versus Evil Dead. And that's pretty fucking dope. Um, so I mean, I don't know, like, there's a lot of newer, beat 'em up side scroller games that have come out, in the past couple of years, and seeing these new titles coming out, like I was like, is this going to be an ongoing thing? Like I really hope so, you know? Like because that seems to be the only thing that gets me excited in regards to video games. So yeah, I'm really excited. And yeah, let's see what happens. I'm gonna play the shit out of Rita's Rewind. Again, if my hands can. But yeah, that's just a nice, fun little thing I wanted to cover there, just because I'm excited about it. But yeah, I think that just about wraps it up. Before I put a ribbon on it, I do want to just plug in some dates real quick, because this fall is it's starting to stack up in terms of markets and festivals. So really exciting. Um, and because this is going to be out week of my first event for September, on September 6th, it's the first Friday of September. Moon Market and Kasama Collective, they are collaborating for a mid-autumn festival. And this is going to be, of course, as usual. This will be held at Gallery 5. All right, so to any of my Richmond audience members, all right, be on the lookout for that. Then September 21st, that's a Saturday, I'm gonna be in Charlottesville. Woo-woo! Always love coming to Charlottesville. And I'm gonna be there for it's my first time, but this is their 10th annual celebration for Love Fest at Ix Art Park. So this is like the first time I'm hearing of Love Fest. So yeah, I'm happy to be a part of this special occasion. So that's going down, and then Sunday, the next day, the 22nd, I'm going to be traveling back to, well, actually not even back to, I'm actually going to be doing my first event in Virginia Beach. Now, I'm really excited for this because this is where like a lot of Filipinos are. Like Norfolk, it has a lot of Filipinos, has a great Filipino community there. But Virginia Beach, every time I ask someone, a Virginian or a Richmonder, I'm like, yo, where the flips at? They're like, yo, Virginia Beach. So I will be there for the Mabuhay 757, and once again, Kasama Collective. They've been killing it with these collaborations, but they are putting together a Harana, a moonlit serenade night market at Back Bay Farmhouse. Yeah, of course, I'm excited to, be a part of this great event that is celebrating Filipino American business owners, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a good turnout for your homeboy, because I need to make some money. I hate to be money driven, but make some money. It's been a tough year. But for whatever reason, so yeah, anyone from Norfolk or Virginia Beach, I don't know if any of you guys will catch this episode, but be on the lookout. Uh, if for whatever reason you can't attend to any of these events, you could always shop online. Once again, that link will be provided in the description. But yeah, everything I sell at the shows, actually, even things I don't sell at the shows, like pertaining to like more of my original paintings, um, I will have those available online too. So yeah, you can always shop online if you can't make it out there. Um, and that's it. Yeah. Sorry, had to look at my notes to make sure I covered everything. But yeah, for I want to thank some of the new subscribers to my channel. Um, and just like again with the last episode, I appreciate those that were commenting on some of my shorts. Um, hopefully I can get some comments on the actual podcast, like the full like the full episode. But it's all good. I'll take whatever I can get. I celebrate small wins. But yeah, I appreciate anyone and everyone who does tune in. Especially if you made it this far. Thank you so much. Again, you can keep up with me on Instagram, link in the description as well. And yeah, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay driven. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next one, folks. Peace out.